We circulated this, and so far last back up and running with the recording. We received a really positive start. So we received 9 replies from club teams within the BTCL. As you can see, I've put the names of the clubs up there, so you can see for yourself if you're involved in that. And that's a fantastic starting point. Our survey had a series of questions. I think there were 6 questions on there. We're just trying to gather some feedback on things such as how much it costs to play at your ground. Do you sort of own your ground? What are your top 3 priorities for the future moving forwards? So some of the insight that came out of this were, as you can see, all 9 teams mentioned having improved facilities was in their top 3 priorities for the future. So it was either number 1, obviously number 2 or number 3, but we're really keen to help those clubs and teams improve, and that through the connection you can have by working with us at the foundation, we believe we can really help you moving forwards, talking to councils, making those connections with cricket clubs as well in the future. 5 teams mentioned offering a chance for their players to play Saturday cricket as well as playing on Sunday was a nice opportunity for them. So again, where players want to progress, move up in their ability level, if there is an opportunity for them, then clubs want to make sure that the door is always open. 4 teams would like to develop a junior playing offer within their clubs. This is something we're really keen to work on this year. We've got national programs like All Stars and Dynamos, which are entry-level programs we're working. We'll be helping to deliver these across 2022, and that's an offer where we really want to help clubs. If you've got no junior offer and you feel like, where do we start? Then we, again, would love to get involved and help you on that journey. Out of the price ranges, 4 of the clubs, the most popular, said they pay between 150 and 199 pounds per match at the venue you are using. Again, by working with us, can we look to reduce those costs? Can we bring them down? Can we do some club sharing? And maybe a way of bringing those rates right down to somewhere under the 150. 3 teams mentioned wishing to have a permanent ground to play at, so they've got a place that feels like home. Again, there's some, I'll come on to a case study in a minute with some connections that have been made in one of the other leagues. If we can help you on that, give you that opportunity and those connections with maybe a more established cricket club that is close to you, we'd love to do that as well. And a couple of teams, 2 teams mentioned wanting to develop a women and girls offer within their community. And this is an area that Saba's, myself and Saba are kind of very keen to help clubs grow and develop. If you do have a number of girls or a local faith school close to where you are that sort of fits your idea and you feel like you want to give girls that opportunity, we'd love to get involved and help you on that journey as well. Let's go to the next slide. So this is just a quick case study from a club called Putnam Cricket Club. So Putnam were approached by 2 Woking-based teams in the South East Shires Cricket League. Hang on, let me just close this because I can't see what the rest of it says. At a time when they were hosting no Sunday fixtures and were struggling to fulfill Saturday fixtures each weekend, Putnam agreed to hire their ground to both teams to use on a Sunday, charging very reasonable rates, which led to a benefit for all those involved. So one of the things we've spoken about in the past, and when I was involved in club development, is how can we work with those clubs that may have more space on a Sunday, so that another team from another league can come in and use that space. So what are the benefits of the host club here? Additional revenue from the weekly hire or usage of the ground and pavilion facilities on a day when the ground might be empty. Good links with the hiring teams that led to players transitioning to some Saturday cricket, and also allowed the club to maintain 2 teams within the league. An opportunity for people to connect, make new friends, build positive relationships with the community. This has really been a real positive that's come out of this case study and feedback from Putnam. And the benefits of the South East Shires Cricket League in their teams is it provides a fixed home base for matches at reasonable prices, and also better pitches and council sites. We know council sites have got their issues. Relationship building with host club provides players further opportunities for the players within these leagues. Likewise, some Saturday players may want to play on Sundays as well, if they're looking to obviously do a bit more cricket. And in summary, the relationship has provided benefits for all those involved, and in particular to Putnam, with their ground being utilised and providing an income on a Sunday, which would not have been received in the past. So it's a really nice case study, and that's the sort of thing we do believe, by connecting clubs together And I know there's potentially a long way to go on this, but it's a starting point. It may help clubs and teams really form a stronger footing in the local community. And just lastly from me, so what are your next steps? We still want to reach out to more clubs and teams in the BTCL. We know they're expanding as well. There's two more, hopefully 2 more Surrey teams in the BTCL divisions this year. We, as I think TG mentioned, will support 18 funded places on a bespoke Foundation 1 coaching course to members of the BTCL this year. So if there are people out there looking to take that first step and first ladder on maybe a coaching journey to work back within their setup, we'd look to support that and fund that through bursary places. We want to support teams and clubs who are looking to develop that junior offer through funded places on the programs such as All Stars and Dynamos. So if a club is out there and wants to take those early steps, we'll look to support the cost of the children going on to an All Stars course, which can be normally sort of 8 weeks, sort of 1 hour a week for 8 weeks or so, can be run sort of some May to through to the summer holidays. And we would fund the place that just enables that young child to receive all the kit, like a shirt, a backpack, a cap, a bat and a ball. And in Dynamos cricket, they get a shirt and then a hard bat actually for the older kids. So again, we would look to support that. Foundation would be keen to support clubs who've got connection with local faith schools to help deliver tasters, supporting the transition of these children, potentially going to that All Stars or Dynamo session, or even just promoting activity from within their local club. And if you have got any connections with those local schools, we'd love to hear from you. And again, last bit, we want to support the growth of women and girls cricket and have bursary places for coaching courses available. Keen to support more girls playing cricket in 2022. The survey that we produced last year is still open. It's still available to be accessed. It's got the same line of questions on there. So if you can circulate this around to your networks within your clubs and teams and help to complete that survey monkey, it'd be fantastic. The more insight that we can gather up and how we can support you as a foundation is really key to us moving forward and reaching out to those wider communities. I think that's it from me.
Thank you. Thank you, Gavin. Can I just appeal to the Surrey-based cricket clubs? Surrey is very keen to help you guys. I mean, as you saw, they have actually reached out to you guys with a survey, and they are really, really keen to support you along the way, your journey. So please do reach out to Surrey or reach out to us as the BTCL. We will provide you the contact and support. Before I pass the ball over to Para, I just wanted to thank you, Guru, for your persistent support with linking up with Surrey, and Arul for the Kent side of it. Obviously, we have not established a great relationship with the Kent, Middlesex, and Surrey. Essex, rather. So we have reached out to ECB, and they're obviously keen to establish that link for us. So we're looking forward to try and establish. This is to promote the game for the junior side of it. So like Gavin just mentioned, there are all sorts of programs, All Star, Dynamo, all of these, if you have the drive, they're happy to support you all the way. So please reach out to us, reach out to the counties, we will help you. So may I take this opportunity to thank Chris Coleman, Cricket Participation Director, Gavin, Participation Manager, and ECB, from ECB, Sabah Hamid, Champions, Park Champions Coordinator. Really, really appreciate your time. You're happy to stay on if you want, or you're happy to leave if you have other things to do. It's your choice. So really appreciate for coming on and giving your support to the BTCL. Thank you.
Anytime, TG. Thank you very much. TG, can I just add, a lot of the bursaries that Gavin spoke about do exist they are bursaries that come via the ECB. So if you are based in Middlesex, Kent or Essex, I urge you, give them a call, take their money and ours.
Yes.
Brilliant. We'll speak soon. Thanks. Have a great Sunday all.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
There's a question. Someone got a question before we go?
Can I ask some question for Gavin, please? Was that okay? Quick question, Gavin?
It will have to be very quick. We have packed agenda, but yeah, please do.
All right. Gavin, see, I used to live in London now. I used to live in London. Now I moved to Buckinghamshire. So I'm belongs to Buckinghamshire cricket now. But I'm moving next. My next step is cricket coaching. Are you still able to support me? If I want to move to cricket coaching, will you able to support me?
Yeah, so let me take that question, Gavin, if that's okay with you. Zion, there are a number of programs that we can actually support you wherever you are located. You know, all these counties are willing to help us. ECB is willing to help us. Reach out to Para, reach out to us, and we will definitely guide you how you can go about entering this program. Okay, so we'll definitely help you.
Thank you.
Over to Para. Para, thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Guys,
thank you for your time.
Thank you for today, and we look forward to working with you as the year moves ahead. No worries. Cheers, guys.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Bye. Right. Thank you. Yeah, that's the update of ECB and Surrey. Thank you, Singamanna, for your continuous communication with all these counties. Thank you. Yep. Moving on to the next up on the agenda, Treasurer's Report Group. It's over to you.
Thank you, Para. Can you hear? Can you able to hear?
Yep, we can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Para, and also good morning to everybody. First of all, and Happy New Year. I mean, almost 1 month is finished by, but Happy New Year, and hopefully everyone be safe and doing well wherever you. And also, first of all, I would like to thank our auditor.
Give me 1 minute, yeah.
Pathanathan Walliver, who audit our accounts, and also audit that accounts is chaired by our secretary this morning. So everybody got the copy, so you can go through yourself, and if you have any queries, you can reach out me anytime. My extended thank you for our chairman Sudanana for bring us 15K sponsor from throughout your conduct this year. So thank you so much. Without that financial support, we definitely will be struggle this year. But 15K from your friends connective, and you brought it that 15K. Thank you. And also Jayaraj, one of the other sponsor, he brought it for £1,600 this year from tap to send money to Sri Lanka or something. So thank you for Jayaraj, and also tap. And also Arnold Anna brought £500 this year for support us from his business. Thank you for Arnold Anna. And also there are a few others sponsors to help us for the, we run helping out from reach out to Sri Lanka and help them, the people who struggling due to the pandemic. Jayaraj sponsored £200 from himself. Our chairman sponsored himself £200, and also one of the other Gauna Galana sponsored £100. Top of it, £500 we received from Health and Leisure for sponsor for the COVID relief back home project, and also £500 received from Relief Morley as well for. So those sponsors, thank you so much for this year. So we almost received £18,000 this year as a sponsor. So I'm not go through for the whole report of the financial statement today. It will be take a long time to go through. I just want to go through only the main part of the financial statement. Para, if you can able to bring it to page number 7, please.
Page number 7. Yeah, sure.
The balance sheet. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
This one, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Just leave it there.
Yeah.
Is it balance sheet? This item is, that is give us exact where we stand at the end of the year. First of all, stock wise, last year, if you see 584 balls we have at the balance of last year. Early part of this year, we ordered another 500 balls. So it's 1,084 balls we have during the season. And we used for the league 896 balls this year. and also 181 balls for the BTCL 100 ball tournament. So total, we used most of it, only 7 balls left from last year and this year's stock. So this 70 pounds belongs to the ball fee, ball cost. And also second one is the debtors, the outstanding match fees and also outstanding other fees the teams need to be pay us. I almost reached most of the club during the last year, but still the teams promise us they were going to pay before the season start. So hopefully you guys going to be paid soon as possible. We all are working as a volunteer basis. We don't have a time to reach out every time. So you need to understand our response, your time to pay us as well, to run the club in smoothly. So I personally reach most of the clubs who are the outstanding. So most of them are promised to me to pay. And also if you want to see what is the breakdown of 3587 amount, the debtors, you can go to page number 10 to view the breakdown, which are the teams still outstanding pay us to the BTCL, So if you have any queries, team, if you want to see your summarized report about the financial last year, you can reach me out and then I will send us the summary report. I already got the query from one of the team this morning after seeing the audited report. So I just emailed him back. So those other club want to see your summarized report about the accounts, you can able to reach me out. Cash at the bank, end of the 31st of December 2021, we have 24,709 in the bank balance. That is a good sign because of the sponsors. We have some money this year to spend. Last year shortfall also we can able to, because of the sponsor, we can able to manage it even though there are shortfall. Creditors, the 3,824, that is the amount we need to pay to the teams. So the prize money, some of the outstanding ground fee we need to pay about to the teams and the other suppliers and other sources. So normally teams who have the your club bank account, if you want that money to
Do we lost Guru there? Guru, you back?
Can you go back to page 6?
Page 6, one more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I stop there?
Go further.
Yeah.
Okay, stop there. So as I mentioned earlier, I don't go through each. There are 17 pages. So I don't want to go through everything because of that. This is a balance sheet item I summarized before. This is an income and expenditure or statement of the profit account, financial statement. This one here anyway about the profit account. So I just want to leak activity. Other income we received 17,267 pounds. That is a breakdown of the income from league activities. We received 17,825. If you want to see the breakdown, you can go to page number 3 yourself. Sorry, that sponsor we received 17,825. That is, you can see it in the page number 13. So income and other activities we received this year, last year basically, 11,844, which you can see it in the page number 12. And also BTCL 100 ball, we managed to receive 16,758. That appears, the breakdown appears on the page number 12. And also, the BTCL Surrey Academy, we got the receive the membership fee from the players. That is 840 pounds. You can see it in the page number 12 as well. So that is total of 47K we received total income this year. And also the expenses, we spent 17,000. That is league expenses we spent this year, 17,079. And other expenses 22,145. That is a breakdown of the BTCL 100 ball. We spent 19,856, which you can see the breakdown on page number 16. And also BTCL Surrey Academy, we spent 2,219 pounds. That is a breakdown of the, you can see it from page number 16 of the breakdown. And also there is a 70 pounds we spent for the umpire fee for last year. One of the umpire we pay extra for some other reason. So that is breakdown on, you can see it on the 15. So overall this year, we can manage net profit of 8,042. It's not a profit, it's over the, if you see the funds we receive and also expense we spend, we managed to 8,042 profit we can make because of the sponsor this year. Even though the breakdown of the BTCL 100 ball tournament, we shortfall of around 3,500, and also Surrey Academy, we are shortfall of 1,300. Overall, we are lost about 5K, even though the sponsor we can manage to balance it out last year. So this is all about the report. I want to talk about the financial side of it. So if any teams have wanted to see a breakdown of your summarized report of the last year, you can reach me out. I can send across over the summary report for you. Thank you, Para. Over to you.
Thank you, Guru. It was a tremendous work. All the auditors there, everyone is signed. So any question, as Guru says, please reach him out. And thank you for your hard work, Guru, and for the Surrey Academy, and also taking part on all the other BTCL events. Thank you, Guru. Right, on the on the next up, let me go to IT and play cricket updates. Over to Amarnath.
Thank you, Para. Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year to you all. So the main update I have got for you is two main items. We have our website has been moved now to the Amazon Web Services. For those of you who might know it by AWS, it's the world's top web services provisioning company. It is the Amazon's product. So we have done a huge amount of work in porting our website, our backend that controls the website into the AWS platform, mainly because the platform we were on is not a world-class platform. So by doing this, we have secured the BTL web product for the very long term in terms of security, the services that we get, the cost is very efficient. So overall, I think by doing this, we get a lot more functionality, a lot more security, a lot more stability. So all of that's been done. You would see some of the functionality are being developed, like the logins. So for example, the clubs were able to log into the portal before and then add players and ground details. So one of the items that we will be requesting all of you, Para will do that through from a survey. All of you must provide us with your latest email address that you want to log into the portal with. The reason why we are doing this is because we want to tidy up the logins that were there before. You might have changed your login, so all of that is going to be tidied up. We want to get the up-to-date email addresses, so please respond to Para for that. Once we get it, we'll provide you the login ID for the portal, the website. Then you can log in and then start changing the details for your club or for your team. So in terms of the website, so that is the main update. We are And one of the things as part of that is we have got what we call an admin engine behind it, which updates the website. So we have welcomed a new member who is a media committee member, Raghujan. I don't know if Raghujan is on the call, but if you're there, if you put your hand up. So he would be supporting us in terms of updating the website, the Meta platform, the old Facebook as we used to call it, Twitter, Instagram. So all of this now linked into our admin portal. So from one place, we are able to publish a lot of information out onto the different media platforms that we have got. So overall, we are doing all of this as part of our long-term ambition. I will give you I don't know if you're there, I can give you a minute to introduce yourself. The second item that I want to mention is we are continuing to do the play cricket. So please, we've introduced play cricket last year, obviously, and then we are going to be continuing to play cricket this year. So please, a lot of the clubs have got used to it. We will be continuing to use play cricket in the same functionality. So no changes there. So all of you are able to put all the results in, all the stats will be available on play cricket. So effectively, those are the two main updates. I don't know if Raghujan, you are there. You can say hello to everyone. Maybe not. That's it from me, Para. Over to you.
Yeah, Alan was raised his hand. So Alan, do you got something to say?
Yeah, sorry, Amar. Two things. So is the website live now? So we can go in now, yeah?
It would be live. Yes, it is live now, Alan. The only thing that we are waiting for is the club providing us the email addresses. Once they do that, then the full functionality will be available for the clubs. But for now, you can log in and look at information. Yes.
Thank you. And the play cricket, that was great last year. I think last year you mentioned something about the having a section for assessing umpires. Is that still in progress, or is that available?
Yeah, it is. We did set it up. It was available last year, but because it was such a new system, we didn't implement it. So we turned off that functionality. But what we can do this year, I think if we want to, we can decide it's just a click of a button and then it'll be turned on. So as you know, that functionality has got three features. One is the umpire grading. Number two is the ground grading. And there is also the fair play there. So we can turn on all of that at a push of a button. So we can discuss it.
Okay, well, the chat. That's good. It's good that's available. Thanks, Emma.
Shall I give the screen to you? Yeah, please give me 1 moment.
Amar, there's another hand raised from Patushan.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Hiya, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, hiya. Just a quick question. So, if you have two teams, can we register them under one email on the website?
Yes, you can. I mean, absolutely. So it's entirely up to you, because what you need to provide us is the information that you have got one email to manage the two teams. What we will do then is we'll give you access to manage the two teams under one login.
That's in play cricket, isn't it, Albert? In BTCL,
No.
we need two different logins.
No, we can change that functionality.
We can now, yeah? Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, because the whole idea of going to AWS is we have got much more power in terms of our development tools. So literally I prefer that option, because in the past we had the login per team, which is probably it could work for some teams, but most teams I think would like to have one login to manage the multiple teams. So we can provide that.
Oh, excellent. That's excellent.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Para.
Any more on the IT updates or any questions? Thank you. Let's move on to the next subject. Fixtures. Let me pass it over to GV, our fixture secretary.
Yeah, hi. Thank you, Parana. Hello, everyone. So first of all, I would like to thank BTCL for giving me this opportunity to represent as a fixture secretary this year. And I'll be quick on this, because I believe I've met all of your requirements for 2022 season over the last month. There were a couple of changes, so that's why we had to release multiple versions of fixtures within maybe a couple of weeks. So even in the group, captain's group, people are wondering, why do we have like many versions? So that's the reason, because we had a deadline. Before that deadline, before that deadline, you should be able to change or find the grounds. If you can't find the grounds, you can speak to your opponent and swap over the fixtures. So there is another deadline in February. So before that, you need to speak to your opposite team if you want to make any changes and confirm with their BTCL just to make change. I think that's it from me.
Thank you, GB. Yep, is any fixture updates or fixture swaps, straight swaps, please contact GB or just email fixtures@btcluk.com. So GB will take care of from there. Thank you. Next up, 100 ball tournament structure. Let me pass it out to Jairaj.
Thank you, Para. Good morning, everyone. So we are considering there's a format change in the 100 ball tournament for 2022 season. So we believe, so everyone enjoying the 100 ball, the new format of ECB, and we are planning to continue this year as well. So based on the last year, so we had some opinions, some feedbacks from the clubs and the BTCL committee. So there are few things we need to consider before we start 2022 season, because last year the teams were complained about the bottom teams, especially complained, or they struggled to play with the top teams. So that's one of the main complaints from the lower divisions, because this is the 100 ball tournament. For example, the last division need to play with the top division, so there's no point to play. So that's one of the reason we are changing the new format. The another reason, a few other reasons, and also some clubs complain about the cost. So we want to reduce as much as we can the number of days to play. That will cut down the ground fees and everything. And also we struggled as a BTCL, the final day we need to start, or we had to start in a 9 a.m. and also we need like 5 weeks to complete the season. So we need to think about the new format to address all these issues. And also there are other flexibilities there. For example, the number of teams, some especially from Kent, we had only 5 teams, I believe. So in the new format, we can manage the number of teams as well in a better way. Rather put it in a one group. So if we split into 2, so we can address those issues as well. And here, another good thing is we can encourage more teams to participate. For example, Middlesex or Essex, we got like 10 teams. So in a group, in a county, that means any team need to play 9 matches. So if we split into 2, or we can encourage, or we can expect more teams to play. That means if we divided by, for example, 5 in a team, so each team need to play 4 matches. So that will the new format will give us to encourage more teams as well, or participate more teams. And also there are the main reasons. So we consider the new format. Still is going to be a county based. It's a 100 ball format. So we are considering few changes in the rules. So possibly we will publish, or we will get into the special SGM to the approval. And also here, what the plan is, like we will get the club entries in a county base. If we take like an example as a Surrey, so we will get the entries first. Then we will divide it by 2. We will what we do, like we will order in a 2021 league table. So first 4 divisions, or first 4 teams, for example, will come in one group. The second 4 will be in a second group. It's not necessary it's a 4. For example, if we get the 10 teams in a county, so we can divide it by 5 in a 5. So top 5 teams based on the 2021 league table will play under the one group. So that means that will give a solution for the bottom teams. They don't need to fight with the even Premier Divisions or any top teams. So this will give some sort of good fight or good spirit between the teams. So the idea is like we will get the normal county entries, county-based entries, then we will divide it into 2. For example, if you get only like 5 teams in a county, so we will stick with the one group. So minimum we need 4 teams or 5 teams to be in a one group. So in that case, so we can reduce the number of, so I just put in the first column saying the number of matches will be reduced, the cost will be reduced, the number of weeks we are playing will be reduced, and the final day we have plenty of time to finish the full 100-ball format matches. Last year we had some issues because we could have finished by 7:30 or something, so we can resolve that issue as well. So we are planning our cricketers night as well on the final day. So in that case we had to finish by at least 6 p.m. So in this format we can able to finish at least by 6:30. So we put the name because of it's a Tamil league. We want to call our Tamil kingdoms or Tamil names like a Cholas and Cheras. So top division, top group will be called as a Chola. Second division will be called as Cheras. So for example, Sarai Chola, that all the Cholas will be under one group. Say every counties will have the Cholas, every counties will have the Cheras. So if you take these fixtures, for example, as normally first round of matches will be in a league format. The second round, once we got all the club entries, we have a chance, we can still play in a league format because we have a time and a week. Maybe we can finish in a 1 week in a second round of matches, that is between the counties. The third semi-final and final will be in a knockout format. So we can consider in a second round of matches, which is a quarter final in a league format. That is definitely based on the club entries. And when we do the fixtures, we can confirm to you all. So this is going to be the new format in essence, like it's going to be a county based. We will rank all the club entries, every counties, and we will divide it into 2 groups. So every groups will play with every other teams like a league format in the first round of matches, second round of matches. Last year we played in a knockout basis. That this year there is a possibility we can play in a league format. The semi-final and final will be on the final day. That will be in a knockout basis. So that is the new format we are proposing. This is considering all the challenges, all the complaints from the clubs. We hope this is the best solution to come out from all these issues. So I think, Para, we can ask the clubs any comments or anything.
Yep, is anyone, Bharati raised your hands. Bharati, go ahead.
Hi everyone. Yeah, that's good. And I make some changes, but just to clarify, you said to have a group game, you said minimum of 2 teams. Is that right?
No, minimum 4 teams.
4 teams. Okay, that's fine.
That means every team will have 3 matches.
Okay.
For example, okay. If one county, for example, one county we got 6 teams or 5 teams, we will stick in one group.
Okay, because now, just a prime example, last year we had 3 teams, which is, and also 2 teams is our same teams, A and B, so it's not ideal to play. So we rather play somewhere else. We don't want to have, make us as a Kent based because we got Kent United. It doesn't mean that we had to play in Kent. That's what I'm trying to say. Just we rather play somewhere else rather than play less matches, and it's not competitive at all, because if you got 2 teams are same, A and B, obviously is a cycle, is more advantage than, you know, just us playing just one team on top.
Yeah.
So I rather have, you know, five teams, something like that, and we rather play somewhere else rather than, you know, because we are based in Kent, we're stuck in Kent.
Yeah.
And it's not just first time we have.
Bharati, this will resolve your problem. So this is the idea. So in a new form. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if there's then some team pull out last minute, then what will happen then?
No, that is, we are considering one of the rules. We are going to say all the team must play until they finish their matches, the fixture.
Okay.
It just
Yeah,
must
because
be,
yeah,
we will
because,
consider about the penalties. If
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I just want you to consider that we don't mind playing somewhere else like Surrey or Middlesex, but as long as we don't want to be same as last 2 years, we kind of stuck because we stuck in Kent. Okay, thank you.
Sure, thanks.
Any more questions? Yep. So far so good, Jayraj. So
okay. So
thank you.
We can introduce this for 2022.
Yeah, as you said, I believe it will bring more clubs from the bottom, because the most of the reason, as Bharati pointed out as well, if it's a Premier Leagues into that same pool, obviously they have a bit of a hesitation to compete with them. Some of them are coming forward because they want to take some experience playing against the Premier League teams, but some of them will probably find it a bit difficult just competing the Premier League teams anyway. That makes sense. So this is a great format, I believe. So hopefully this 2022 100 ball season will give us another level, another dimension. We have a Saisa hand raised. Please go ahead.
Parana, it's me, Sadish. Sorry.
Oh, Sadish. Okay, hi.
I was wondering, when you split in the group, how is it like the first 4 divisions or the standings that we finished last year?
It's not like Sadish. What we do is we will take the entries from the clubs in a county base, right?
Yeah.
Based on the 2021, regardless of division, we will make it in 2 groups. For example, we don't know, maybe we got 4 teams from Premier Division. They will be in the first group. For example, sometimes some counties, Premier Division 2, First Division 1 and Second Division 1, they will be play under one group. So is basically based on the 2021 ranking.
What do you mean by 2021 ranking?
The
in
last
the 100 ball tournament or the league standing?
No, on the main league, not the 100 ball league.
All right then, okay.
League table.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Based on the league table, isn't it, Jayraj?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, any more questions on that 100 ball tournaments? Looking good. And also you have some rules adaptation, Jayraj.
So what we plan, I think Amar will explain. So we are planning to put all the playing condition changes in SGB, Special General Meeting. I think so. A few things we are considering, as someone else mentioned. So all the team must play all the fixtures, and we are considering removing the loan system this year, because that will give more hassles in terms of management, and in some clubs are complaining about that. And also we are considering one more thing about the overseas players. Since this is a 100 ball, it's a short form of cricket, so we want to encourage to play without the overseas players. But what we do, like, we will list all the changes with the main league changes. We will pass it to SGM.
Okay, thank you, Jayraj. Yeah, I think that's it on that. Let me just quickly move on to the playing conditions, updates and approvals. Amarnath, once again to you.
Thank you. So what we want, what we will do, there are 2 things we have to do. One is we will look at the current playing conditions. We will tidy up where we need to tidy up a few things from the previous agreements that we've had in the meetings. And also we want all of your all of your clubs to tell us and tell Para, the secretary at btcluk.com by email, please, not WhatsApp. Yeah, if possible, if you can send by email in an official format to Para. We will collect all of the proposals from the clubs and we would look at them individually. Where we can make a decision from a committee point of view, we will make a decision. The other items will be passed on to the SGM, where we will put the proposals to you as the clubs to decide on whether the proposals are going to be agreed or rejected. So yeah, so the main request from all of you is to put the proposals. I seen a proposal coming in WhatsApp this morning, but I think we want them by email, I guess. So and in official format. So please send it to Para as the secretary. We will collect them and then we'll bring them to the SGM for discussion. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, that's brilliant. Now, do you want to have anything add on, Jairaj, onto that?
1 second. So I think our request, because I am one of the disciplinary committee member, so we need to urge all the clubs to put forward any changes in the SGM. That is very, very important. Rather, once the league started, we need to follow the playing condition, that is the rules, and clubs normally asking lots of changes or anything during the league time. So in that time, we can't do anything. We need to wait to the AGM, pass the rules or pass any changes or playing conditions. So that is the way we are running. So please take your time, and whatever you thought about the previous seasons or whatever the changes you want, whatever the proposal you want to put forward, please take your time and send it to us before 28th of February. Then we can work out all the changes, what we are proposing as a BTCL committee, what the clubs are proposing, and we will send you all the clubs before the SGM, and we will take it in the SGM for the final decision. So this is very, very important. Please understand, once the league is started, whatever the playing condition is saying, we must follow. We don't have any other option, even if we say or if we feel there's something wrong or something not right, but we can't do during the league matches time. So please take your time. So please put forward all the changes before 28th of February. Thank you.
Thank you, Jairaj. Thank you, Amar. Right, next up, requested ban Church Street Grad, Edmonton. I believe Dilip, you are there from Tamil Eagles. Please unmute yourself, Dilip. We can't hear you, Dilip. Hello?
I think he's listening. This is Muru from Tamil Eagle, so you can carry on.
Dilip, you are there? Is anyone from Tamil Eagles?
Yeah, Parana, it's Muru. I'm hearing. That's fine.
Okay, yeah, just go ahead on your proposals, please. Yeah, I know we had the last few seasons been banned for 2020. 2020 we was banned that ground.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, Dilip. Yep. There's some interruption from the background, I believe, so we can't hear you properly.
No, it's fine. So this is regarding the Church Street ground, which we have played with Tamil Warriors in the Division 3. My main concern is where we have investing more to our facilities for these leagues, basically, like even the grounds and everything, because we are getting more quality grounds to play in the Division 3. So even the main thing about the pitch, I will complain about the pitch only because the pitch is not in a good condition, even though they have done this development. Because I have already reported this in the team report when we played with the home game against them, away game against them. and I think this is main concern for other teams which played the same division with me, like with us in that ground. So I think there will be my concern is supported by maybe GV, and I think Balmoral can support me as well, because that is the main issue we have when we play in that ground. Hello.
Thanks, Dilip. I think
Yep.
is any clubs representing that Division 3 as Tamil Eagles? You want to have a say on the ground, because I know there's a history behind that ground, and I believe we can have a quick word with Arnold Anna, who visited that ground a couple of years back, and due to pandemic, and they have requested we have uplift that band last year to be played, and again, as you guys stating that ground is not fit for purpose. So let me have a quick word, have a listen from Arnold Anna from his previous experience. Arnold Anna, please.
Yeah, so I have visited the ground on many occasions, twice while the match and with the teams as well, twice on the outside, them not knowing what's happening, so that I can have independent view of what's going on. I used to go on the other side of the road and watch the games. And unfortunately or fortunately, whenever I was there, the pitch behaved reasonably. Okay, at least reasonably. But I understand. I have played in that ground 30 years ago, 25 years ago. I agree, it was really bad, and we used to have very low scoring matches, like 60 all out, 85 all out. And on a day when we go to play cricket, whole week we look forward to, and go and all out for 65, it is meaningless. So, but as an independent witness, for me to say, it seemed to be playing okay. The matches that I saw, they were all scoring 160, 180. So I don't know. And also, it's been 2 years since we saw the ground. Have the council made any improvements? We don't know. We have to be fair to the teams. Maybe if you want, I can go again to the grounds, maybe even today, and see what's the status of it. But you can't gauge much on a winter time. All I can say is whether the council has done any repair work. Yes, no.
Thanks, Anna. Let me have any other clubs on that same division who experience in the ground. You want to have a say?
Yeah, can I say Raj?
Yeah,
from,
sure, Raj. Yeah,
Bromley Lions, yeah? Oh, sorry, LGS Lions. It's all day kicking, right? Apologize for that. Right, to my experience, right, I've actually seen and played in many cricket pitches. This is not acceptable in my opinion. Even on that particular match, we played against Tamil Warriors, I believe, right? My 16-year-old son got hit twice, even got even hit in the chest, right? He's got the highest, even though 16, right? But most of our batters we couldn't bat because it's utter rubbish cricket pitch. I don't think personally, I don't think I'm going to, if we are going to play in that match, I don't think I'll be playing on that ground. That's our decision, because we will rather give the walkaway game if the total BTCL decided to have that pitch, because I don't want any of my younger boys to get injured, because I actually witnessed myself. I went and told the umpires, nothing to do with the bowlers. The pitch was behaving to an unacceptable level. Every minute, sometimes the ball was rolling and the one was very high up, and it's not acceptable. That's clear decision from our end. I think we're going to boycott that ground for good.
Thank you, Raj. I have someone hand raised. Who's called
hi, Pran. I agree with others as well.
Sorry, who is this?
Amarul from Mitcham Sharks.
Mitcham Sharks, okay.
Yeah, we played last year there, and we still have the same problem like previous year as well. I thought they made us a good ground, but completely they're not. We played last year, and then it's still the same ground. If we're playing against the same ground this season, we won't be playing on the same ground because it's terribly wrong. It's bad pitch, to be honest. That's my opinion, to be honest. That's what my teammates are telling me as well. It's not fit to play.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Do you have any other clubs here who had the experience out there? Sadish?
Parana, I think this will be the third year that we're going to complain to BTCL about this ground. I don't think Arne and I was there to watch as well. Like even last year, they didn't. The council doesn't do anything up there. I believe the guys who is managing the grounds is Tamil Warriors in themselves. So they start rolling the ground and just doing what they can do. I mean, end of the day, they're all trying to play, but we're not quite happy to play anymore there. We probably be giving walk over, we just walk out because there's no point playing under protest. When something happened to our players, you can all say sorry and move on. Let's say if something happened and they've gone, we can't say sorry to their parents and their loved ones. I'm sorry to say this, but we're not quite happy to play anymore at this pitch. Thank you.
Only the clubs who hi. Is anyone else there?
This is GB from Spartans.
Hi,
we played the very last game of the season last year.
Yeah.
And the scoring was, first innings was high scoring, but then second inning was interrupted by rain, and then the grounds were so poor, so we couldn't even continue. Even though like they tried to help by offering another pitch or another ground, but then the standard was not maintained too high. So I would say at least there should be some sort of pitch cover, or even, I don't know, maybe maintenance-wise, there need to be something done.
Yeah, as a council ground, you can't expect the pitch cover, but at least, as you guys say, the maintenance, proper maintenance on the.
But then when I spoke to Tamil Warriors at the end, they said they are looking to move on as well. So they found some private ground for coming year.
Right, that's my next question, because is any Tamil Warriors here? I'd just like to hear from them as well, their point of view. Thanks, GB. Is anyone joined from Tamil Warriors who is their home ground, or KPCC? They use their home ground as well. Let me hear from you. Just give you a minute or two. Doesn't look like they are here, but majority of the teams have said to ban the ground. Let me kindly have a word from Alan as an umpire's point of view on the experience and these kind of complaints from that ground. So what shall we do? Shall we ban completely, or what's our consideration about?
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one. I haven't been there, to be fair, and to be fair, we've let ourselves down on that. The umpires should be going, this is not fit, we'll play, we won't play, we will. But it's our decision at the end of the day, yeah? Players can say, well, that's dangerous, but it's our decisions, and the safety of the players are paramount. So I would like to think if I'd been at that game, I would have probably stopped it after 3 balls by the sounds of what some Dilip was saying there. So it is a difficult one, and we can't stop the Tamil Warriors playing there. If people don't turn up, but then it's down to a strong umpire to say, sorry guys, this is not a fit pitch. It's our decision. It's not the players. But if people just refuse to play, then there's not much we can do. I know, I think it was Dilip said there's no point in playing under protest.
That's right. As the other club's members says, in case of an injury comes along, we can't just say sorry.
No,
there's all these complaints we have gathered.
And again, I think this was raised the last year or the year before.
2 years ago, 2 years ago we banned it. Then last year, because I think KPCC and Tamil Warriors individually spoke to all the clubs due to this pandemic, and they couldn't find a ground, and all the clubs supported them and agreed to play there with their own risk. So I think, because also that time we had a lot of images from the council. I have personally emailed the council because of the standard and make sure those grounds will be updated, but they promised, but it doesn't look like they have putting a lot of effort. I know these council grounds, they don't have a proper groundsman with the knowledge. It's very hard to employ a good groundsman to the council. They just go and probably cut the grass and just roll a couple of times and just walk out. probably that's the same similar scenario is taking place here. So in terms of most of the clubs, I think I believe it's about 5 clubs refused to go and play this year. So therefore, we probably banned that ground, and also there's no Tamil Warriors or KPCC here to have their say, unfortunately. So we can't take their verdict. We have to take the verdict from the clubs as it stands at the moment. I hope my fellow committee members will agree on that stay with the ban for this year.
Yeah, agree, Para. I think I took completely. The clubs are saying they can't play, and I think it sounds like the clubs haven't come to defend themselves. So I fully agree that we should ban that ground. Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone else have a for and against on this? Just another few seconds to take a few seconds. Okay, with all your permissions, I'll pass this through. The request to ban the Church Street ground at Edmonton will be banned for 2022 season. And if it's in case of 2023, we need to have the evidence. The council take more effort and the pitch to the standard. After the pitch inspection, we will probably release it in 2023. Thank you. Moving to next step, proposals for discussions. We had a proposal from Spartans. UK-born Indian Tamils or any Tamils can be a home player. Does anyone have a say for that or any? First of all, let me kindly ask Amar and Jayraj. They are working on the playing condition side of it. So you want to have your say, Amar?
It's a discussion. I think it's a club decision, Para. So we discuss it today or we put it to the SGM. We collect all of the requests.
Okay.
And
Yes.
Yeah. So it's club decision.
First of all, thank you for.
Yeah, any clubs you want to have a say on this, please? Raise your hands or unmute yourself and talk. Yeah, Singamana, please go ahead.
Yeah, can you just outline when you say non-Tamil players, you know, who they are? I mean, Indian Tamil, Sri Lankan Tamil. What are the other Tamils that you're referring to? Can you just, you know, let them know?
GV, please
Okay,
have your say.
Sorry, mostly it's Indian Tamils, but then as we say, there are Singaporean Tamil or any Tamils from any other countries. But usually,
Right. So in terms of Indian, in terms of Indian Tamils, it's already in place. Can you confirm that, Para? We know that we've done it about 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's they can register as 2 years as overseas, then third year they become a home player. But I think the question, Singamana here, the youngsters who are born here.
Yeah, there's a major difference, Singam. The difference here is
that's exactly why I asked. You need to outline exactly what it is that you're trying to propose.
Yeah, this is for those Tamils who, the youngsters who are born here under the status as non-Sri Lankan Tamils. So those says, for example, I believe my understanding is those youngsters who play against with the other Sri Lankan Tamil youngsters who is a Tamil, but they are Indian or Malaysian or Singaporean, wherever they are, but they are born British, and can they consider registered as a home player? Sam, you have raised your hands, please go ahead.
Hi, Para, thanks for, I just want to understand, our league is called British Tamil Cricket League, right? So what is the difference between Sri Lankan, Indian, or whatever? Tamil is a Tamil in the day, right? So why are you differentiating that Indian Tamil, Malaysian Tamil? Well, what's the difference? End of the day, they're Tamil. So we are not saying our league is Sri Lankan Cricket Tamil League or something like that. We are calling British. So when you say British, if they're British, then what is the point of differentiating them? Why are we having these divisions?
Singamana, I think
yeah, can I take that as well?
Yeah,
sure. That's an excellent point. So basically, all this is division. Yeah, you're right. You know, Tamils is a Tamil, right? It doesn't matter where it is. But historically, we have had some teams produce forged document, if you like. So in order for us to kind of verify it is what it is, what they're saying is correct, we need time. Therefore, that's why we actually, but obviously, we've improved over the years. I mean, initially, there's a lot of players, Tamil players from India played, and we treated them as overseas players. Obviously, like here today, we are discussing, we talked about this and we thought, no, you're right, exactly that. Tamil is a Tamil. So we kind of brought that on board in line with all the clubs' agreement. So now that we have a different scenario, therefore, obviously it's down to the club. And I totally agree with you. It's a Tamil, but we need to find a mechanism to verify, because unfortunately, we all are trying to do our best to provide the facility to play, enjoy the game. But there are, few clubs, one or two clubs or one or two individuals trying to sort of, I don't want to say words not appropriate. So they're trying to sort of pretend that they are Tamil. So we need time to verify, to make sure. This is why when we initially introduced the Tamils from India will play as overseas for the first 2 years, and the third year they will automatically become a home player, unless otherwise there is a dispute from some club to say this is wrong information. I hope that makes sense. But listen, at the end of the day, it's clubs that takes the decision, not the committee members. We can propose things to you, and ultimately the clubs will say, yeah, we agree with that or disagree with that. That's basically what it is. I hope that answers your question.
That's fine, Singamana. Thanks a lot for that. But what I'm trying to say is, I mean, I'm also trying not to use the words fraud, right? But I mean, I can't find a word at the moment. It's not coming.
I know, it's same here.
Okay. So let's use the word for fraud for example, okay? So if any club, okay, I'm just only using the word of if, right? If any club is doing that, they could do that for any player, right? It doesn't have to be Indian Tamil, Malaysian Tamil, or Singaporean or South African Tamil, any Tamil. But they can do. I mean, they can do a Sinhalese player, and they can bring down and say who can speak. Nowadays, most of the Sinhalese also can speak Tamil, right? So they can come and say they're Tamil. So I mean, I understand what you're trying to do here, but I don't see how, because differentiating Tamils, I'm against it. Because totally
no, I totally agree. I mean, I am with you. I totally agree. But I hope that you appreciate, we want to try and make it fair for everybody, because like you said, we have had incidents in the past. There were documents that produced, they weren't really true documents. Like you, I don't want to use words. We can't really, I mean, we don't have mechanism to go and do an investigation like counties, if you know what I mean, right? We're all volunteers. We can only do certain level of findings to prove things. But therefore, we want to be fair, along with the club's approval, making sure we are doing the right thing. And I totally agree. I mean, Tamil is a Tamil, it doesn't matter. But it's just that mechanism that we need to make sure the people understand, so that that way we can bring them along on board. That's basically what is the discussions behind this. I hope you appreciate that.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, obviously, my club don't have any of like that players. I just wanted to stand for the Tamil, the word of Tamil.
No. Yeah, like you, I'm exactly like you. So, end of the day, you said, there's only one or two may do this, but we want to be fair to everybody. As and when we discover things, we investigate, we take action. As you know, that the playing condition will outline all of those criteria. So if anybody breaches the criteria that's been approved by the club, we will follow the penalty based on those rules that have been approved by the clubs.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks. That's fine.
Okay.
Can I say something? It's Raj again.
Yeah, go on, Raj.
LTS lines. Right. I would suggest, right, if you really call ourselves as British Tamil Cricket League, we should change. If you want to have this restrictions for any other non-Sri Lankan Tamil, then we should change it to Sri Lankan Tamil Cricket League. Then problem is sorted. You may have to only go one way or the other. You can't actually come back and tell me, yes, we agree, but we're still going to differentiate. Tamil is Tamil, blood is the same, right? Wherever they come from, as long as they prove and we can verify their evident their Tamil origin, then we should lift that 2 years ban. I think, either don't have this 2 years like a gimmicks, just to give them, okay, we'll give them a bit of sympathy for the 2 years. What is this 2 years cap going to do with you guys? I don't really understand, because you are giving some kind of concession for the non-Sri Lankan Tamils for just 2 years, then you can become a Tamil. I honestly don't see any logic behind that rules. Either you're saying no Tamils, only Sri Lankan Tamils, or if you think that, okay, there are other Tamils going to be there, then treat them as foreigners. It's like a very gray area. You don't want to be a racist club or league as a British Tamil cricket league. You've got to be really fair. Either you have these rules or no, there's no gray area. That's all I would like to point out.
Thanks, Raj. Let me take that. So you're right. This is not something that the BTCL approved. This is approved by the club, the current rules. Okay. Like I said, ultimately it's down to the clubs, not down to the committee. The reason the question that you asked, why do we have two years the period? I tell you why that is, because in the past we have had players pretending. I mean, somebody just mentioned literally some other race people can speak Tamil, right? So they can pretend it to be Tamil, but we found out ultimately he wasn't a Tamil. So we were able to, ask them to change from home player to overseas players. Similar to that. So if somebody from Tamil Nadu, if they come and play, or if they, in Tamil Nadu, they can all speak various different languages, right? So they can pretend to be Tamil. But if somebody says, no, he is not from Tamil Nadu and he's not Tamil, and then we can investigate and try and prove it. So we need that duration to do that. We can't just do it just like that. This is why this was approved by the clubs, not approved by the committee. So just want to emphasize that.
Yeah, thanks, Singamana. I have 2 people raised, 3 people signed. Then let me have a quickly. I believe this is a bit wide area of topics. So I would like to park it to the SGM, so every clubs can think about it, and we can make a decision at the SGM. But before that, let me get signed. Then who have raised your hands?
One question quickly, like father from Indian Tamil, Chennai Tamil, mother from Sri Lanka, where you put the guy, where you put him?
Oh, if his mother Sri Lankan, then he is becoming a home player anyway. That's in the rules.
That's it. Thank you so much.
Roops, your hands raised. Thank you. So-called names called Roops. You have raised your hands. Unmute yourself and talk, please. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I think as Singamana suggested, I think we need to first find a mechanism to, how to categorize Tamil people first. Then we can consider this option. So until then, I don't think we can identify a Tamil person by their name, because nowadays the names have been mixed up. So we can't even go by their place of birth, because from Chennai or Tamil Nadu it's fine, but from Singapore, Malaysia, we cannot identify them by their place of birth. So we need to find the mechanism first to, draw our criteria. Then we can consider this option.
Absolutely. Sorry, Japara, just one last point from me. So, we, like you said, we can park this to special meeting, but the one thing that all the clubs need to understand, that we're trying to make it fair to every club, because if somebody pretending to be Tamil is a super player, he can come and destroy a game, right? You guys want to enjoy it. So this is why we want to minimize that. Nobody plays this, we want to set the level playing field. That's exactly what we're trying to do. Not trying to prejudice any race or anybody in here. We want to make sure that you guys enjoy a full 40 overs game, not just somebody just come in, a professional player pretending to be Tamil, and then take the game away from you, not being able to compete in the right way. That's exactly what it is. And this is, I will just reiterate once again, this has been discussed many times and it has been approved by the clubs. quite rightly, we can review this at another stage. So I will stop here. Thank you, Barra.
Thank you, Singamana. Lastly, Sam, you raised your hands. Have a quick one, please. Thank you.
Yeah, this is not related to the. I mean, it's related to this topic, but not about the Tamil players, right? So last year, so because Singamana pointed out about the committee, the BTCL committee managing the players and documentations as well, right? Last year, as a club, we made a complaint about there were 2 overseas players were registered, right? And so then after a while, after I don't know the mechanism that what BTCL you guys had, so you came back to it and said that it was a mistake from the BTCL part of it, right? This is actually I'm talking on behalf of West 3. Right, and the complaint we made about
right, Sam. Sam, sorry to bother. Sam, sorry to bother you there. Shall we discuss that at the AOB, please? Yeah, shall we? Yeah, let's move on and finish off this. And any other business, we'll just take on board. Thank you. Right. Yeah. So I'll park this to the SGM. So we'll all the clubs, please think about it, and we'll just move on from there.
Hi, Bara. Just can I have a just?
Yeah, sure, Jay. Yeah, go on, Jared.
Dimana covered most of the things about the British Tamils, so I just want to add a few things, very important things. So every organization will have some fundamental visions and goals. So as a British Tamil Cricket League, so we should understand we all came from the country, we had a civil war. During the last 20 years, we had a lot of youngsters came through as asylum seekers, and they don't have any facilities, they don't have any relations, or they can't able to play cricket, they can't travel. So BTCL is dominantly for Sri Lankan Tamils, we should understand. So our aim is to help to the youngsters who came from the country. They don't have any other facilities, so we need to support them psychologically. As a cricket is a sports, always support them. So every Sunday they can play whole day, they can mingle with others. So it gave lots of benefits for the youngsters. So if you take 10 years back, we had nearly more than 50% of the players, they didn't have the status in this country. So our main aim is to support, because since we are the community league, we need to support our community, we need to support our youngsters. So if you take the history back, eventually we are releasing our conditions, say other people can play, or Indian after 2 years they can able to play in our league. So the reason is, even though at the moment you need to understand, other point is now we have 9 divisions, we all running this league as a voluntarily with our every community members sacrificing their times and everything. So for example, if someone come from Chennai saying I'm a Tamil, we don't have any full-time people or any mechanism or any other, we can't contact the authorities to confirm that. So everyone should understand this is the community league running by the volunteers. This is mainly for the youngsters who came from Sri Lanka. This is one of the worst war affected countries, so we need to support them. So if you open, this is for every Tamil. So if someone come, Chennai is is 100 times population than ours. So if everyone want to play in a BTCL, we need to open another 10 divisions. So we can't able to run as a community with the volunteers. So this is not a professional league. So BTCL is established to support the youngsters who came from Sri Lanka. This is one of the worst war affected country 10 years back. So we supported big time. A lot of people in a very many ways we supported by the home office or whatever they want, or psychologically we supported. One of the main thing is to play cricket to support their mental health. So that is very important fact we should understand before we think about as a normal British Tamils or whatever. So yes, as Singamanna mentioned, if the club decided to release the things, we can do, but we need to understand our fundamentals as well. But we understand other side is there's a lack of players at the moment. That's the reason we released 3 years back. They can play after 2 years. So we can consider anything in future years, but this is something we need to understand our vision and goal. That is quite important. Thank you, Bara.
Thank you, Gerard. That's a valid point. Yeah, very nicely highlighted. Thank you. All the clubs, please consider the values of the British Tamil Cricket League. Thank you. Moving on, score update, cutoff as Monday nights or live scoring from Spartans. Spartans put this forward. I strongly agree that as well, because as last year, play cricket is the first year, so we have been lenient. And also our constitution is there up to Wednesday. So I would like to take these to the clubs and have a think about it. And we like to have a live scoring to promote the live scoring to play cricket. So which will be your times, as also your clubs are, everyone is volunteered. So your time will be finished on that Sunday if you do live scoring, or the scorecard should be done by Monday night, which will give you another extra 24 hours to upload. Because last year we had quite a lot of scorecard changes, and we had complaints from scorecard tampering and stuff. So in order to eliminate all the issues from the scorecard secretary as well as the other members who is working, putting their times towards to it, I believe live scoring will be the most efficient way of moving forward. So I think scorecard secretary George, if you are there, please have your say. And is anyone else wanted to say on this? Please raise your hands or unmute yourself and talk, please. Yeah, George, please go ahead.
Hi everyone. Thank you for the time, and happy New Year to everyone. Yeah, as you say, like last year we had a lot of complaint about the scorecard. So first thing about the name, so make sure guys you check the names, make sure it's not double up in anywhere. And also before you guys commit the scorecard, make sure you check the numbers, wickets and scores, make sure it's all in right figures. But if you come back afterward and any complaint, it's very hard for us to go back and check it. And another thing, don't wait for the end of the season to come for any errors. If you have any errors, email us or just call us and tell, oh, this is a issue, he took 5 wickets, why he's on 3 wickets? Yeah, just come back straightforward. Don't wait for that, when the award come and say, oh, this guy took 5 wickets and those scorecards saying 3. Yeah, so it's more helpful for us if you come back in earlier so we can amend it, or we can go back and check it and find the error and we can correct it. That'll be more helpful for us to do that. That's all from me.
Yeah, thanks, George. I believe we can, Amarnath might probably make a note on this adoption on the rule. If any clubs against to this, I would say scorecard should be updated by Monday, and we can give another couple of days as the current rule says up to Wednesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday to check their scorecards, or if opponent uploaded for you in terms of your on behalf of you, you get another couple of days to contact the the scorecard secretary and make the amendments and changes. Then after that week is Wednesday's end, you cannot go back and change scorecards or any figures. That will be locked for the rest of the season. So you can't really go back. You will have that up to Wednesday to check all the scorecards. Then you can make amendments up to the Wednesday. I hope others agree or disagree. Please have your say. Amarnath, please go ahead.
So Para, are we agreeing on the Monday cutoff?
Yeah. We have a stay there. Amar, we have a Jay Verman online.
Hi, Parana.
Hi.
Just for scorecard for the better thing, I like if they not update online, so both teams have to be confirmed the score by the same day by exchanging photos, then they can make sure the data are fine if they're updating until Wednesday. The problem is that many teams, they don't have the scorecard on the day. after they updated only, they are just come out and saying it's been wrong, something like that one. So better if they not update on the same day, they must have both of them better have the. Sorry. So if not better, both of them have the copy of the scorecard on the same day.
That's how we are promoting live scoring. Play Cricket live scoring app is very simple and straightforward. So we are promoting live scoring. Then you won't have any kind of hiccups. Then you have another 24 hours to upload, and then we have another couple of days to cross-check and contact the scorecard secretary. Gerard, you want to have a say on that?
I don't have much, Bara, but I think we thought like we can do some compulsory for live scoring first, all of the divisions.
That's right. Yeah, across the board. Yeah,
across the board. Okay, that's fine. I don't have anything, Bara. Thank you.
Yeah, go on, Amar.
So Para, so can you, if it's agreed, if you could minute this decision in your minutes to say that on this AGM we have decided to move the cutoff date to the Monday, then I will amend the playing conditions to reflect that. The main thing here is to just to add to what George said. By making this decision, what we are doing is on Monday at midnight we will lock the scores. So in play cricket there is no other way of preventing. So because of the decision made by the clubs today, we will amend the playing conditions and then we will lock the scorecard on Monday at midnight. Okay, so this is the decision. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Amar. Is any clubs disagree on that? Please have your say. If you don't say anything, then I'll just pass that as you guys accept it. So the cutoff by Monday midnight and it's get locked. By Wednesday, you cross-check and contact the scorecard secretary for any dispute or any amendments. Then after that, then you won't be able to go back and check or amend your scorecards and your sets. It's look like most of the clubs agreed. It's pretty good. So we like to promote play cricket live scoring. So please get familiarized with it. Or Kiran, and we have a Raghujan on board to help with the play cricket alongside with Amar. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is another proposal from LTS Lions. On behalf of LTS Lions, I would like to propose a change to a to a home team providing tea for an away team. We feel it is better if both teams bring their own food to the game, and it is not a necessity for the home team to provide tea for the away team. We have done this during this recent pandemic, and we believe it is the best way forwarding. This will also give some extra help to run the teams. Right, it's from Ruben. Ruben from LTS Lions. Is any clubs or anyone wanted to have a say on that? He would like to keep the current pandemic situation moving forward, so every clubs accommodate their own food, basically.
Can I say something, Para?
This is Amarnath. Sure, go on.
So our ground booking demands we get tea from the ground. So that is part of the agreement we have. So unfortunately, if we go for a private ground, we have a requirement to take the tea from there. For both clubs, both teams.
Yeah, okay. Anyone else have agreed or disagreed on this statement?
Hi, this is Rajivan. I'm disagreed on this statement.
Thank you, Rajivan. Anyone else? Yeah, as some of them on the chat line, I have read a few of the message. Some of them says, why do we want to change the tradition? And we want to keep that as it is. So if anyone wanted to have a say.
Say something, Para?
Sorry, come again?
Can I say?
Yeah, sure.
It's Sendran from Leicester.
Yes, and go on.
I think I agreed to this statement. The only reason we actually booking a ground in a private grounds or whatever, paying so much money for the teas and stuff. And when we go to the, I think one of the member he actually mentioned in the WhatsApp group message anyway. When we go to the away matches, and they just produced, it's not a proper tea. Why do we actually spend that much money and giving the better food to the opposition team, and when we go for the return match, and then we don't get the same facility? So I would probably say I wish we agree to the statement and have our own tea.
Right, you agree on that? Okay. Yeah, taking the voting is a bit difficult over the Zoom. What I can do, can I park this on SGM, because I'm planning to have a SGM face-to-face? Or is any better mechanism here that we can? Someone agreed, yeah.
Do a survey monkey. Do a survey monkey, Para, please. Thanks.
Shall we do a server monkey?
Yeah.
Yes, darling.
All right, then if it's in that case, what I do, I just propose this over the Google Server Monkey, or as Amar says, Server Monkey. Then please all the clubs respond to it. Then we'll go with the SATs, majority clubs voting. Then we can decide, and I will pass the decision at the SGM. Yeah, I think is all of them happy with that. Park it to the SGM, and before that, I'll do the Server Monkey. Oh, iPhone, someone hand raised. Please unmute yourself. Yeah, unmute yourself, please. iPhone, named as iPhone. Yeah, hello. Who is that named as iPhone? Please say. You are unmuted.
Para.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah. All right.
Para, Ruben.
Yeah, Ruben. Yeah, go on.
Okay. நான் தமிழ்ல வைக்கிறது பிரச்சனை இல்லை தானே?
இல்ல.
ஓகே. என்னடா கணவர் வந்து இது சொல்றதுக்கு இப்ப சொல்றதுக்கு அதுக்கு டைம் காணாத இல்லை ஆக்கள் இல்லை. ஆனால் நீங்கள் இது ரைட்டிங்ல போட்டா இன்னும் பெட்டரா இருக்கும்.
Of course, yeah.
I agree. Some clubs they have to pay for the tea with the ground. They are provided tea. So நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, எங்களை அந்த பிரீமியர் டிவிஷன் அண்ட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டிவிஷனுக்கு வந்து நீங்கள் இதை அப்படியே வச்சிருக்கலாம். இந்த தேர்ட் டிவிஷன் ஃபோர்த் டிவிஷனுக்கு வந்து எங்களுக்கு நீங்கள் ஒரு ரிலீஃப் தந்தீங்களா சாப்பாடு செய்யலாம். ரெண்டு டீமும் அக்ரி பண்ணா, எங்களுக்கும் சாப்பாடு வேணாம் உங்களுக்கும் சாப்பாடு வேணாம் அக்ரி பண்ணா நாங்கள் அதை கேரி ஆன் பண்ணலாம் தானே?
Yeah, it's the end of the day, it's club's decision. That majority clubs, whatever they say, it's down to them. So Adala, Ruben, your request, I will put it forward to email all the clubs with the survey. Yes or no, agree or disagree. Then we'll take a pool count. Then from that, we can go ahead. Or as you said, if clubs feel first division and second division can done, nangal enforce panikondu as a traditional. Rest of the team, we don't want to do that. We want to have a same pace across the league. So we'll do the Server Monkey, and I'll pass it down onto the SGM. Yeah.
Okay, mate. All right. Okay.
Thanks, Ruben.
Okay,
thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Right, umpire matters. Let me pass it down to Alan.
Hello, guys. Boarding stuff now. Start off with a massive thank you to Adel. He's not on today, but I know the teams think that just need to turn up and an umpire will magically appear. But given the large geographic spread that we have in the league, this is an absolutely huge undertaking for Adel. And I think he said last year that in the last 6 years, there's only 3 games not been able to be covered. So I think that's absolutely magnificent. And with the new Platinum League as well coming on board, which is great for the BTCL, that's going to result in more fixtures and more umpires acquired. So, but we, as ever, will undertake to cover every game with at least 1 umpire, and in the Premier, where possible, with 2 umpires. The good news is there's no law changes this year. I think that's 3 years since we've had any major law changes. Anyone who has any laws queries, you'll have my email and phone number. I read this all winter, so as you can imagine, I'm pretty boring. But not during match days, please. But anyone with any laws queries, come back to me. I think generally last year the behaviour had improved. I think. But we're still seeing far too many disciplinary meetings over the year, with some serious breaches of especially law 42 player behaviour. The people involved are quite lucky that Arnold, the para, and the doctor are quite keep things calm, because if it was down to me, I'd be issuing heavy bans and points deductions for these misdemeanors, to be fair. And I'll keep pushing for sanctions for that, because there's just no excuse for it. We give up our Sundays for the love of the cricket and the love of the BTCL. But there was one game last year, someone as old and ugly as me thought about whether I should continue umpiring or not. So if it gets to me, it's going to get to a few of the other umpires as well. Just a few asks for the clubs is just respect each other, please, and respect the officials. Remember, the umpire is human, and actually he is in the best position to make a decision, not the bowlers, not the batsmen, and certainly not people from the boundary edge. So just remember that, please. Just my biggest bugbear, as usual, is the over rates. I'll stay as long as I need to, light permitting, but there are sanctions contained in the playing conditions. And I'll ask the umpires this year to stick to those. So if we start giving out six-run fines for poor over rates, then be prepared. If you want to do a slow over rate, it's fine. You may get, there is sanctions against you. Finally, I promise is the last thing. As I mentioned earlier in the ground discussion, the decision for whether to play or not is the umpire's decision alone. No one else. We've got the final decision, and that will take into account the safety of the players. That's all we're there to do is keep the safety of the players as paramount. That's what I pay my insurance for, and I won't invalidate that. And most of the other umpires are the same. Open to questions today or anytime. Like I say, you can bring me with any queries about umpires, especially the laws. But yeah, I think that's a synopsis of where we are, Para.
Para, you're muted. Para, you're still muted.
Sorry, Gajendra raised your hand, so please have your say.
I'm sorry, guys. Hi, everyone. And I had a last year, one of the umpire we are really not happy with it, because he just makes some of the decision was really, really unfair. We all know that the decision was wrong, but he just know it's right. So we will, okay, the umpire decision is the last decision. So we just carry on playing, which is out, he's giving not out, and when you give not out, he's giving out and everything. So we're not really happy. Even against him, they also know, but they say like umpire saying not out, no, we can't come out. So you guys need to find out what's happening, because one of the guy was like really old guy, so he was the umpire. I don't even remember the names.
Yeah, all you can do is keep reporting those two. I won't get involved in discussions with whether someone is out or someone is not out. I just don't do that, you know that. But if there's an umpire consistently doing that, then we need to be told that. I've got no problems in you telling me umpires are good, bad, or indifferent. I'm myself included in that. And if it transpires that someone is not up to the game, then we have to make sure that's not he or she doesn't do any more games for us. We're an important part of not the be all and end all. I agree, but we're an important part of the league, and all we want to do is make sure we get the right decision. We won't get the right decisions at all times. I never do. So, but if someone is, I would say just keep reporting, and maybe, like I say, I won't get involved in discussions with right or wrong decisions. But if someone is constantly being told about, yeah, we have to look into it, and I undertake to do that. I will do that. You know, I will.
All right, thank
So
you.
I think, Alan, what we will do is we will introduce the umpire rating in play cricket this year. So I think we'll encourage all the teams to report on the
I
umpires.
think that would really help, Amar. Yeah, that would really help. And that will soon throw up constant bad umpiring. I think. I hope.
Exactly. I think over time we will be able to grade the umpires. I think the whole goal is that to grade the umpires in a way that is scientific. So let's introduce that this year, and then we'll get the clubs to report.
Yeah, and I know Singerman has done a lot of work in moving forward in the training as well. So yeah, it's all going forward. The clubs maybe can't see it, but I genuinely think the umpiring is getting better.
Yeah, thanks, Alan. As we discussed, we're going to have more training sessions this year, and we're going to recruit more umpires with the level 2 and stuff. And also last year, half of the season, we have implemented 2 umpires for the Premier League. And this year we are trying to move that structure to the first division with all the support with all these first division teams. So we try to accommodate 2 umpires per match. Then moving forward in the future, we probably try to get 2 umpires for every division when we get more umpires joined to the panel. So we are working hard behind the scenes. So please bear with us, and we'll try our best to get most good umpires for your games. Well trained by Alan.
God.
Right. Thanks, Alan. Thank you, Arul, for your tremendous support. Next up, introduction to the new division and welcoming new clubs. This year, we are introducing a new division called Platinum Division, which is Division 8. Why named Platinum? This is because Platinum Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II will be marked this year. In order to honor our Queen and celebrate the success of 70th anniversary, BTCL has named the new division called Platinum Division. So, which is a great news, and thank you for all those new clubs who is joining the BTCL, which is Harrow. I'll welcome Harrow Cricket Club, Jaffna Levens Development, Lewisham Cricket Club Veterans, Royal Allied Strikers, Stanley CCB, Surrey Tamil United, Team Tigers, and Trident Stars CC. Let me welcome all the new clubs on board to BTCL. Looking forward to this new season with a new division, which is a tremendous, huge success of the BTCL. This is showing the UK cricket with the ECB support, how much we have grown together. Thank you. Introduction to the new committee members 2022. Right, committee members 2022. Chairman, yes, our known as beloved Sultan Prabhakaran, known as. He's going to be the chairman. And secretary, yeah, I have worked 3 years, and I have requested the governors are going to step down, give me some time because I got some of my personal commitments. But they have put me an assistant secretary, Kiran. Welcome Kiran on board. Kiran will be my assistant, but more than the assistant, he will take a lead, because before I step down, I like to train somebody into the right direction and help them out and shadow them for a year. So please, 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 any contacts for 2022, first point of contacts, please call Kiran. I'll send all the details to your emails. Then obviously I was there for it as well. So in case you can't reach Kiran, then you can obviously give me a call or drop me an email. So we both work alongside together, and we'll do a handover session by 2023. So please, thank you for all your support all these years, and also please give the continuous support to the new our assistant secretary Kiran. And treasurer Guru, he's doing a tremendous job. Thank you, Guru. And registration secretary, he is still in Jaffna, but he is doing a great job, and congratulations for his second baby, Priyan, who is doing a great job from there, and hopefully he'll be back in country this summer. Result and scorecard, George. Fixture secretary, Jeevidan, he's already done a great job now, and he have released all the fixtures, and any changes, any amendments, please speak to GV. Weapon IT secretary, Amarnath. League awards, GV. Disciplinary committee, yeah, Dr. Devendra, Anandan Arnold, Arnoldana, and Jayraj, same as last year. Umpire coordinators, we have Arul, who is taking the lead, alongside with Alan. And we have Krishna. Everyone knows Krishna, who is doing Colts and Middlesex Academy some couple of years back. Also, he's doing a BTCL under 21 lead as well. So Krishna coming on board with the umpire coordinator, as well as we have a new member, Arul from Mitcham Sharks. Welcome on board, Arul. Cricket is league, ball and logistics, Kalana, and BTCL selected team, our chairman and Karthik, same as last year. BTCL over 40, Vasandaraj. BTCL marketing, 100 club and sponsorship, Jayraj and Jaya Verman. BTCL media, Raghujan, welcome on board, alongside with Anandna. Raghujan, who is from Shield United. He's a very talented young man with the media side of it. So welcome on board. BTCL cricket development officers, Arul, our umpire coordinator, Arul, and Dr. Devendra. Cricket development officers, Guru from Surrey, he's doing a tremendous job. Vasandaraj, Middlesex, Udayananda Surrey supporting Guru, and myself in Kent, and Arul, who is doing a great job in Kent. Cricketers Night, Jayraj. Outreach project coordinators, Kalana, Ratnakumar, Singamanna, and Raj. County liaise, Singamanna and Amarnath. Play cricket, Amarnath and Kiran. So this is the committee for 2022. On behalf of all the clubs, I welcome all the members for their tireless voluntary service to this community. Thank you so much being on board and supporting myself and all the fellow committee members. Right, gentlemen, I think we are just 5 minutes running. So is any other business? Is anyone have a say, please?
Hi, Bharat. Just before any other business, we need to introduce our new governors. Singamanna will do it now quickly.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Thanks, Bharat.
Can you hear me all right?
Yes, Singamanna.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so thank you, Bharat. So as we heard a lot of things, the reason that we formed the formation of this league, those who fled the country didn't have, a lot of direction as to, try and give them a platform to play and, enjoy the life here. Obviously, we're all kind of running around doing a lot of things. So that was the ultimate reason behind the formation of the British Tamil Cricket League. Over the years, we have done a lot of things, and as you've heard at the top of the meeting today, where ECB and the counties are really keen to support us. They've recognized the amount of the players, so they want to try and help us try and progress. So therefore, currently we have 6 governors, and we would like to add 3 governors who have the like-minded, want to help the community in many ways. Anand who was our chairman a couple of years ago. He's instrumental in supporting us in many ways, guiding the people in the right way. It's all about the community. That's what it's about. So, obviously we have, unanimously agreed, the existing governors, that we need to add three more governors onto the board. So Anand is one. Another one is Amarnath. Amarnath's been, as you've heard him over the last 3-4 years, how dedicated he was to transform our IT infrastructure, as well as, I just initiated the contact between ECB and BTCL to do the integration. But I'm very, very grateful that he has shown so much effort, so much character to make sure that we actually provide world-class IT for our clubs. So Amarnath is another person that's going to be part of the governor body. Finally, Para. I don't need to say a lot. Obviously, you've all seen him, how dedicated he was. He was kind of, ultimately, I think his full-time is BTCL. The part-time is, the money that he gets to support his family, I would say. So full deserve, 3 people on the same wavelength, supporting the community. where we want to try and, help the clubs try and, achieve whatever your ultimate goal is. You've heard the county guys, ECB guys, they are keen to promote our younger generation. So it's all up to all of us to make that happen, make one of our BTCL goal reality as to play county and England. So I'd like to welcome Anand and Arnold, Amarnath and Para to the governors board. Thank you, Para.
Thank you, Singamanna. I didn't expect that. Thank you for the governors for the nomination. Is anyone any comments on that, or any dispute or disagreement on this new government body? So thank you so much, everyone. Amar, do you have anything to say, Amar?
I just want to say a big thank you to Singham for this very kind words. As always, as you know, I do this because I love the Tamil community, love cricket. All I want to do is just to help and then help everyone who play in this league and this community. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Arnold Anna?
Dito, thank you for nominating me. I accept, and I'm happy to continue to help and participate. I've been part of it from the day one when we met at Loga Pradhavan's hotel in Bridge Hotel in Harleston, where we started the BTCL so many years ago, and here we are together, growing strength to strength. Very happy to help.
Thank you on behalf of bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. I didn't expect this. It's a real surprise for me. Thank you for all your support. I'll do my best, even though I don't have to be in a position to help the Tamil community. As always, I'll be happy to sit back on this back seat and do much as I can to the community. Thank you so much. Right, let's move on to the AOB, and let me kindly call upon Sam, who raised your hands first. Please have your says.
Hi, Parag. Congratulations to all three new governors on that. So I have two questions, Parag. So first of all, this is very simple question, purely for my personal understanding only, nothing for it. I just want to find out, Parag. So when you, this is nothing to do with the governance, okay? Because the governance part came into it, so you don't think that I'm asking this question because of that. So I want to understand, when you select the community, what is the process of selecting these committee members for BTCL? Do you actually send out an email to all the clubs, or how do you select?
Yes, I did. I did email for these nominees. Is anyone interested to join the BTCL committee? Then once the application been received, then governors look into it, and they will do their process, and some of the members who resigned from the positions, then so they step down, and someone new comes in, they step in.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So because purely, I mean, this time we didn't get the email. I don't know whether it got to junk or something. We normally get to email.
Definitely West 3 received the email. I'll double check it. Sorry,
that's
if
okay. That's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
I think all the clubs received a Google form for the application.
Okay, that's okay. I just wanted to
feel free. You can even join on our team next year anyway.
No. It's not.
It's open to all the clubs. These clubs runs these community.
Exactly. Yes, that's perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that is part of it. I just leave that part. So, Parada, what I was discussing about is earlier on.
Yeah.
Last year, right? So we made a complaint, and obviously the board or the governance board who actually look into this process of complaints, they got back to us after a couple of weeks saying it was a mistake from the registration secretary, right? But my understanding is who actually should take responsibility, because there were 2 overseas players registered in one club, right? And whether the captain of the team or the manager of the team would have taken that, right? And so you can say it's a mistake, but then what happens? So 2 players and they both are playing, and then you say, okay, it's a mistake, and it's a mistake from BTCL. So how do we actually eliminate these kind of mistakes in the future? Because that match actually cost us. It cost us a big time. So when we were trying to understand what's the process, and because obviously the conversation that what you had between the registration secretary or the analysis what you guys did, you didn't provide us. You just came and said the verdict, right? You obviously we took your verdicts, but I think we need more transparency.
Right. Let me, thanks, Sam. Let me pass it down to Arnold Anna. He's the disciplinary committee who just passed the message. I'm just a processing person who just do the communication with the clubs and stuff.
Let me hear from him.
Yep, Arnold Anna, you are muted. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you, Sam. Very good question. We want to be as fair and ownership of our problems and responsibilities as well. We heard the matter once, we went back and investigated, and we came and gave the results, and it was not entirely satisfactory for the applicant's side, meaning Westry. And we therefore went back and investigated further. And when we investigated further, we then were very open about it, saying that it was the mistake from our registration secretary. And then what we thought was also the cause and consequence. The cause is on our side. So we put our hand up and said that we are at fault, guys, not necessarily the club. The club may have been a little bit naughty. You know, the club may have been little bit, club concern could have been little bit more honest about it and done the things in the right way. They themselves, there is a room to interpret that they did not do everything 100% to the spirit of the law, not just the rating of the law, the spirit of the law was not upheld. So then when we went deeper to find out the consequences of that, and then we found out that one of the player as could have been like double 2 registrations, that he actually did not play any games at all. So we went and checked the scorecards. Then what we can say is that maybe even the scorecards are manipulated. But then when we say that all the scorecards are verified by 2 teams, that home and away teams check the scorecards. On that basis, we finally decided that there was no overwhelming additional advantage that they had by registering this errant player. So we came to a conclusion saying that on this occasion, we are not going to make any punitive sanctions against that club. But we said to the club saying that please uphold the spirit of the law as well as the letter of the law. Then we went back and said that how can we improve our systems? We have improved our systems as best as we can from where we were 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 6 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago. We are leaps and bounds well ahead. I must particularly say thanks to Amarnath in particular, on behalf of collectively, on behalf of BTCL family, the hours and hours and hours he has put in dedicatedly to eliminate these kind of problems by automating the systems. To the extent right now, some members have now, some of the team players have not even been able to register themselves into the portal because we are being so meticulously clean about it. We are being absolutely over and above, almost like I don't know, like a police investigation level, we are checking things to make sure that the registration process are absolutely spot on. All I can say on behalf of the BTCL family, I can apologize to you and the club, Westry, open-heartedly for not getting it absolutely right the previous time. We are sorry about it. I am sorry about it. And if you think that we have not been transparent, I'm willing to have one more fair call on with evidence to show everything that we did. We have spent hours and hours and hours on it, several hours on it. And you have to remember that we are all volunteers. We don't get paid at all. We just do it for the love of it. And we want to make sure that is a absolute fairness towards all the clubs that are in our family, all the players within our family. Therefore, I can only say, guys, let's make it better for the future. Every mistake is a learning curve. We learn from our mistakes. And all I can beg you is understanding of the situation from us.
That's right. And I'm not trying to do any postmortem of it. Obviously, the the reason for the question is to make sure we, as you said, we'll learn from the mistakes and move forward, right? So we don't want this to happen in the future as well. That's not for us, for any team, any leagues. So that is leaving aside. So when I was said about transparency, so I don't know, personally, in my organizations, what we do is when we do, obviously I'm not asking you to entirely show everything that what you have done. At least some sort of transparency should be there, who have you spoken to and stuff. So because at the moment we felt, right, personally I feel, rather than say we, let me say me, right, I felt like, because we made a complaint to the umpire before the game. So it's not that when the game's finished, we made a complaint. We made a complaint before the game was started. And we came, and how it was handled, we didn't know, because it kind of black box system, right? We say this and you come back and say this is done. So until you tell us now what you have done and what the process has been done, this was not communicated well. So maybe there's a room to improve our communications here. So that is one thing. Sorry, you want to say something?
No, you're good. So like every time we do a lot of research. Even right now when we are talking about it, I'm on a screen, I've paid up a subscription, how to make things even better. For example, declaration of interest. Even on our meetings that we have, I will introduce to the secretary what I call an additional declaration of interest even before we hold a disciplinary hearing, so that the people in the committee should not be prejudiced in making biased decision. Okay. Okay, I will introduce that form so that we eliminate bias. Number two is that I don't play for any club that in the league. I don't. I have now kind of semi-retired. I'm not totally playing for a non-Tamil club, or I play only on a Saturday game. So I play on a Saturday game. And number three, Jayaraj is also totally independent. He doesn't play. Dr. Devendra is also now totally unbiased. He's absolutely retired, well-learned gentleman that we all respect. So we are trying our best to be very, very neutral. And Alan is very impartial and straight as it comes, and he's very forthright in his comments. In fact, he canvassed for more disciplinary sanctions, and we are sometimes cushioning, be a bit soft pedal. Maybe if we are a little bit more strict and sanction, it may be better. But what I didn't want to do, or what we collectively didn't want to do, is to punish a team for mistake that we as committee made. That is why and unfortunately West 3 was impacted negatively by that. It's in our hearts, and it makes us sad that it happened.
No, it's okay. It happened, right? So
yeah, I'd like to, sorry, Sam, I'd like to add on that. My sincere apologies, because I think there's a communication chain being broken, myself and the registration secretary. So as Arnold and now misworded that registration secretary's fault, but it's not his fault. There was a communication between me and the club and Brian. I think I missed one of the chain to Brian to do the registration bit. So obviously it's not Brian's fault at all. It's my fault. I take that on board, and my sincere, heartfelt apologies to West 3. No, because yeah, I missed that communication. One of the communication I totally missed it during the busy season.
That's fine.
So I make sure it's all been transparent as you guys asked.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do apologies.
No. It's not that, but because we want all the teams to be happy as well as everyone to be neutral and neutral.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Sorry, can I say something as well, please?
Priyan, you are there.
Yeah.
Hi,
yeah,
welcome.
Hi. Yeah, thank you. As a registration secretary, I would like to say something here on this particular incident. And obviously, I wanted to introduce myself. I play for West 3. West 3 is my club, and I represent BTCL as a registration secretary, by the way. So this incident, as Anand said, the club, I don't know whether deliberately or neglectfully or innocently, they registered 2 overseas players, right? So we don't have any system in BTCL to deduct if any players have been registered as 2 or 3 home players or overseas players. So we have to manually check. So just imagine when we get a new overseas or any player, it's practically not possible to go and check all the 30 registered players to check whether how many overseas players are there. Unless maybe we improve our system, saying deducting system, some sort of maybe only have 2 overseas players. If they are trying to register another 3rd overseas players, then what, if system can have any sort of control, that will ease our life and make our life easy. So maybe we need to, this is for the future, I'm saying. right? So what has happened? I know Westbury is my club, but on that match, as Para said and Arnoldina said, I mean, we as a club league, maybe we shouldn't have registered more than 2 overseas players for that particular club. That's our fault completely. Having said that, that fault didn't affect Westbury at all, right? On that particular match, only 1 overseas player played, right? They didn't play with 2 overseas players. If that club, even though they registered 2 or 3 more than overseas players, if they played 1 game with the 2 overseas players, then we are fine. Okay, Westbury is, got affected because they played with 2 players, and Westbury, got penalized or whatever it is. So based on that outcome, I believe, I'm not involved in this disciplinary hearing or disciplinary committee. Based on that evidence and say, okay, even though they registered 2 or more than overseas players, on that particular game, only 1 overseas player was played during that for that particular team. Therefore, they made the decision not to penalize, because that if we prove there was 2 overseas players played, then fine, everything is fine. Not fine.
Let me correct you on that.
We should have penalized that particular club. That's my understanding. So, and also in as Para said, there was a clear miscommunication between myself and Para. That's what we allowed them to play. We registered 1 more additional players.
No,
yeah,
I mean,
that's all from my
I didn't, as I said, I didn't want to dig into the past, right? But since this point was brought up, I'll tell you, on the team selection, in the play app, there was 2 players selected, right? That is what our screenshots sent, maybe screenshot sent us, right? Because so that is the statement what was said. No, but let me finish this. Let me finish this. Sorry. So statement what just said is incorrect, right? It says like that when we played on that game, so we have got a false accusations against the club. That is not correct, because when we are speaking in front of 40-odd people here, I want to make sure, I want to stand right for my club, right? Because when I started this topic, I wanted to make sure my club is right. So accusation brought here because when the selection they had selected, I don't know how, there was 13 or 14 players were selected. Okay, so that was 2 foreign players were selected. That's the accusation we made. So we can't go and say X, Y, and Z is right. So I mean, I don't want to go this. As I said, I don't want to do postmortem of this. Obviously, Amarnath has put up a new system, so it's going to detect overseas players or stuff. How many players can register? That's all good, all handy and well. We have everything under control. That's good. But I just want to make sure that what is this, and also Anandana, you said we all are volunteers and we are committed to do limited times. Of course, we all volunteers, not just for this organization. Any social organization, most of us in our volunteers, and we join as a volunteers to do our best. So we should not use as a scapegoat to say we are volunteers, that we don't have enough time to look into the stuff. So that is that's a bad excuse. So when we are volunteers,
in spite of our thing, I did not say it's as an excuse. I'm just saying that we are volunteers. Number one. Number two, we spend enough hours and hours on it, and we are almost making it like a postmortem at an AGM, which is not good. But we are again saying that we have learned the lessons and we have put additional measures in place.
That's fine.
And I repeat, we spent absolute time. We did not use volunteerism as an excuse to not look at it.
That's fine. Thank you. As I said, I don't want to dig into it. I just want to make sure there's more transparency and more fairness to it.
All right, just add on to that, Arnold. Just to be honest, I didn't want to actually bring this subject into it because Sam actually brought it, and I'm just saying it. It's rule. What Pirian actually said is completely wrong. He shouldn't have actually said that. He's a committee member. He shouldn't have actually said that because of the 1 player, overseas player played, the decision made on that. The rules are there for a reason. The rules, every single club, every single player should be actually obey the rules. That's including the committee. So if anyone actually, the club, well, from our point of view, the club actually used the loophole there to actually play that system, right? That's how we actually saw it, because they registered him as a home player, and they actually in the play cricket they actually put in 1 overseas player. So that means they actually, in the play cricket, selected 14 or 16 players. They selected 2 overseas players. So that was our query. But anyway, as Sam actually said, past is past. Please, the committee, can you please actually make sure, if it could be a small matter, it could be a big issue. If any club or any members didn't actually follow the rules, the playing condition, the club should be penalized. It shouldn't actually say, because the club actually joined recently, or is a new club, or they don't know the system, or the committee made the mistake. The club should be penalized. The playing condition is for club. Club should be actually read all the playing condition and make sure they actually follow all the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Santan. Thank you, Sam. Yep, we'll, as you guys suggested, we'll try to be more transparent as we can. Thank you so much. Right, next I have Waki hand raised. Please have your say, Waki.
Yeah, hi. I think there's a rule that if there is 2 no balls, the entire bowler gets scrapped for the entire match. That you can't bowl for the entire match. We've had this incident twice last season. One was a rainy day. The ball was very slippy on hand because the ball gets rolled in the grass. So obviously the ball's going to get wet. So I was just wondering if there's a chance that rule can maybe get to 3 no balls. No ball as in over the waist, that no ball. Would there be a chance if that can be increased from 2 no balls to 3 no balls? And if the bowler bowls 3 no balls like that, that's when the bowler can't bowl for the entire match. Would that be possible?
I'll pass it down to Alan.
I'll take. The thing is, that's a law of cricket, Vaka. So no is the simple answer.
Okay.
However, it's not quite as straightforward as 2 over waist high. It has to be deemed dangerous.
Yep.
So if it's going anywhere near the batsman's head, if it's over waist high and it's 5 feet down leg side, that's a no ball, but it's not a warning.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can have 7 no balls like that, and there's no warnings. But you do, if it's close to the head or to consider dangerous, yeah, that's a warning, first and final. And then the second one, yes, the bowler will be removed. So no, we can't put it up to 3, but it's not quite as straightforward. It has to be deemed as dangerous. Now, some umpires will say, well, a slow spinner doesn't deem dangerous, but he can still fire a ball at head high, and that will be deemed dangerous. So it's 2 dangerous over waist high warnings, if that makes sense, Vaka.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, Wax. Is anyone else? We are just half an hour overrun from the.
Yeah, sorry, Father. Can I quickly ask?
Yeah, sure.
I just wasn't sure of the timetable for the playing conditions. So what happens next? The playing conditions go to the SGM, is that right? The projected ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And when's that? I'm just worried that the playing conditions come out in time for everyone, players, umpires, everyone, before the season.
Jairaj?
Yeah, any changes in the playing conditions will be finalized in the SGM. So that means I don't know. So as we said today, we can accept further changes until 28th of February. And also whatever the changes we do have, we will put forward to the SGM. So SGM, after the SGM only, we will have the final version of the playing condition. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Gerard.
Yeah, the SGM will take place on the April 3rd, I believe, if my memory is right. So I'll try to do a face-to-face SGM where you can collect your match balls as well on the day, unless if it's any pandemic regulations comes from the government, then it will be like a last year over Zoom. Then we'll do before that, 1 month before that, we will send all the changes in the playing conditions for all the clubs to go through and have a look. And so you can have your say on the SGM, and we will pass that rules and regulations from there. SGM is for all the clubs. Yep. So everybody will get an invitation, and 2 members from a club can visit to the SGM if it's in person. If not, over the Zoom, yes, you can come in. Lastly, Priyan, you have raised your hands before we go off. Let's have your say, Priyan.
Sorry, I mean, I don't want to go back to again and again and again. So I think, Senda, you misunderstood my point. I was talking about that particular match, but obviously the club registered more than 2 overseas players, which is not acceptable at all. I was talking about the West 3 match only. I mean,
Right.
because they registered more than 2, 3, or 4 overseas players, then I don't want to comment whether disciplinary committee should be looking at in that angle. What I was talking about is just that particular match, even though they selected 12 or 13 players with 2 overseas players, but they only play with 1 overseas player. That was my own.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. I think you are in Jaffna and just broke up. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Right. Any other, before we just move on, or we just wrap this AGM? Is any other comment, suggestion? Oh, Sadish? Sadish, do you have raised your hands?
Hi, Parana. Is there any chance we could put a gap on the play cricket thing so that the teams wouldn't be able to select more than 11 or 12 players, the maximum number of players? Because at the moment, you can select as many as you want. So I think it could be the best way forward.
That's one of the reason was the conflict, because in play cricket, as you said, every match you can select 14, 15 or 16 players. I think Amar probably look into that alongside with the ECB contacts. So we probably look into that. I'll make a note on that. So have a cap for 11 players or 12 players maximum.
Possibly 12, just in case if one injured or something. And then it might give you a bit of time and saving all the time with these ourselves and stuff. So I probably would recommend having a gap on the number of players selected for the particular match.
Yeah, it's a valid point. Could you do me a favor? Could you send me a reminder email for me, please?
Yeah, I will definitely. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right, before we go, anyone else? Have a final say? No, it's all been silent. Thank you, gents. Thank you, gents, for all your time and commitment. Yes, we have overrun 35 minutes, but we try to be on prompt next time. Thank you for all the clubs for your support and continuous support, and best wishes for the 2022 season, and hope to see you guys at the SGM in person. So stay safe, be healthy, and good luck with the season 2022. Thank you.
Thanks, Barak. See you guys.
Peace out.